I'm here to talk to you about a real development need for today's sales organizations, what we call the art of salespersonship. The art of salespersonship is defined as having a deep knowledge and understanding of your buyer, building trustful and collaborative buyer relationships, and then preparing and delivering impactful and compelling sales presentations in a storytelling approach. I began in sales training believing that it was incumbent upon the salesperson to follow a prescriptive approach that was based on facts, data, and logic, and then present that to the customer. I believed that the answer to success lay in the application of the technical skills being trained. Skill in rapport and trust building was something that was hired in, as it was not easily trained. Now sure, we schooled people on how to do the steps mechanically. Shake hands, make eye contact, look for pictures or trophies in the buyer's office to comment on, etc. However, the results of that effort rarely led to a change in performance. The reason is in part based on how we train. We focused on the seller's skills, but give short shrift to the buyer's side of the equation. What are the ways to increase receptivity, build trust, the components of a relationship, collaboration, etc.? Salespeople do not really know how to do it, can't replicate it, don't know how to train it, and certainly can't be managed. My initiative here builds on those approaches by codifying it, identifying, and then developing those competencies. Let me share the details with you.
The standard model of choosing salespeople is to seek people of good character, high moral fiber, positive intentions, and often people with backgrounds that include leadership positions, who present as charismatic and demonstrate that they are very driven. We then work to develop their specific competencies and capabilities that are relevant to the company and the position. Those salespeople that are able to marry the two together often become the eagles or the highest performers within the sales force. Our trainings typically develop those competencies and are focused on product, linking product or services to opportunities or the problems to be addressed by shoppers and or the retailer, and then offering the salespeople a process to follow to ensure they can meet those needs. Once that has all been identified, we further train the salespeople on how to persuade, how to negotiate, and how to cost-justify our recommendations. And yet, the reality is that when you ask buyers for their perspective on the relationship with sellers, their most common complaints include, "I don't trust them." They don't take the time to understand my business or my challenges, my concerns, etc. They sell to me without really distinguishing themselves from others. In fact, they're commodities selling commodities, and they do not exhibit the kind of follow-through expected. What has been missing, and what our initiative provides, are the necessary skills of relationship building and improving trustworthiness between trading partners. Now let me show you how we address this need. We have three core components or tracks. First being understanding the perspective of the buyer, second being building trustful and collaborative relationships, and then preparing and delivering effective sales presentations. Thought of in another way, it is the research of identifying opportunities, creating the right environment for the business to flourish, and then the implementation or executional steps required to make it happen. Beneath each of those three core components are specific modules that would be designed to meet the unique needs of the organization. Zahn Consulting subscribes to a blended training approach that matches the content to the appropriate delivery mechanism, whether that is one-on-one coaching or classroom facilitation, web-based or even self-paced approaches. Additionally, we incorporate the managerial or supervisory training elements to ensure that training is reinforced and integrated into institutionalized approaches. Our team is comprised of practitioners across all the relevant areas of expertise, who not only have decades of experience consulting with others, they have all done the job themselves. David Zahn provides vast organizational development and training design experience. Paul Chrisman provides tremendous practical insight, having been a retailer and actually being the one to determine which manufacturer was going to succeed and why, and Keith Conard, who has led transformations in sales organizations for some of the largest CPG firms in the industry. We invite you to connect with us through the website or telephone number and want you to remember, nothing good happens until action is taken. Know-how is not enough.